back to Big Movie Mouth Off, the podcast where three Intermountain West critics bloviate about film. I'm Jeff Counts.
I'm Brooks Bird.
And I'm Adam McDonald.
This is episode 53. It's the summer. We've taken a break, but we're back. Very excited to see you guys on
Whether
the
you want us to
Zooms.
be here or not.
That's
Yeah,
right.
everyone wants us to be here. At
We
least I
like to
hope so.
force ourselves upon them.
Yeah, at least I hope so. We're going to talk about one film because, frankly, it's going to take a while to get through all of the aspects of it. Of course, I'm talking about the highly anticipated summer Christopher Nolan blockbuster based on the Odyssey. After we talk about that, we're going to do our guilty pleasures, which, because of the Odyssey, is the Daddy Issues edition.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll do our coming attractions, and then we'll do another segment that we've just added called post-credit scenes, and I'll explain that when we get to it. But for now, it's time to get down to business, the Odyssey. Adam is going to do the incredibly unnecessary work of taking us through the synopsis. Before he does that, here's a little bit of the trailer.
After years of war, no one could stand between my men and home. Not even me.
Okay, Adam, what could you possibly say about one of the oldest stories ever written?
This is the Odyssey.
Perfect.
I mean, if you don't know what it is, I don't. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you. DuckTales has done the Odyssey. The only important thing we should mention, though, is that the Odyssey has multiple translations, and this is based off one of the newer ones from in 2017 by Emily Wilson. And a big thing we learned about this, because my friend she's a queer historian. Some of the other translations have a lot of misogyny in them. And when she went back and was going through the original text and redoing it, she's like, oh, this wasn't there. The translators themselves added it. So everyone's got their own take on it. I mean, Counts off the air, you were telling me about a new one that you're interested in.
I'm really excited in this writer, Daniel Mendelsohn, and he just made his version of the Odyssey. But there's no doubt that Wilson's is all the rage right now. Not just because of the movie, but because it's really good. It's flying off the shelves. I'm going to go right from the top and talk about the thing that we always talk about because everyone in the world always talks about it with Nolan, and it's the sound design. We defend it, at least some of us, every time we talk about one of his films. I think his sound design, though frustrating to some moviegoers, is a choice. I think he likes it when the sound sometimes overwhelms the dialogue. I do have to say, in this film, it starts right from the beginning. Right from the beginning, the dialogue is pretty difficult to pick out from the background noise. And I remember when I was sitting there thinking, okay, people are going to hate this. Because it takes a minute. You have to kind of tune your ear to the way he conceives of sound. And after, a couple of lines and a couple of scenes, you're with him and you're following and you're able to read along. But I have to admit that the beginning of it was a little bit off-putting, more than any of his movies for me have been.
Probably more than Adam, because he saw it the best way possible,
Mhm.
where the rest of the other two of us were in just standard digital podunk town movie theaters.
That is true.
Climax.
That is true. We should be clear that if it's at all possible that you can see it in its intended format, which is 70 millimeter IMAX, you should do that. Absolutely. Now, unless you bought a ticket a year ago, and in some cities, you're not going to get to do that for a little while. But if you've got the opportunity, take it. Brooks and I had no choice. We had to see it in regular Max, and it definitely is probably a diminished experience compared to Adam. So was the sound design problematic at the beginning in the IMAX version?
Yes. Again, Nolan's known for this, and people fall on both sides of the thought process with that. But yeah, especially at the beginning, and then yeah, you do kind of get into a rhythm, you get used to it. But then throughout the movie, there are other times that it pops up again. And I will not defend it because of the fact that when these movies are released later on, they do re-edit the sound.
They do.
So
It's true.
Mhm.
For the haters, I like to say.
it's not that I'm a hater. It's just like I feel if it was a choice that was being made, why didn't we keep it to the final product on like streaming or Blu-ray? Because if that was the case, I could defend it 100%, even if I don't like it. But because we adjust it, and even Interstellar is a perfect example. And I know we're going off topic here. Was I saw it multiple times in theaters, and the final time I saw it, they had adjusted the sound again so that dialogue came through cleaner. If he wants to do it, cool, but let's just be pure to what you're doing and keep it the whole time.
I agree. It's one of the things that people start complaining about even before they walk into the theater, which is why I was a little disappointed that it kind of was present right from the very start. Because the first scenes, I'm like, oh no, what are you doing,
Like
Nolan?
right out of the gate.
Just
Well,
like feeding into the myth,
they were too busy about it being woke, so that's fine. So
Well,
Well,
they probably didn't even go.
there's no doubt that any adapted piece of film culture gets absolutely torn to shreds by people like us and people who just love to tear things down. You can't do a version of a piece of literature without upsetting its fans or the people who claim to know it better. With something like the Odyssey, I mean, it's literally been around longer than anything else put on film. People are going to find faults with this, and they are. They're finding faults with things. And I have to say that for my money, I think the casting is excellent. I've heard that people aren't enjoying Matt Damon in the title role, and I think he's fantastic. I think Tom Holland is great. I'm also not bothered, Brooks, by the language. I know that everyone's
Mm.
calling out when Tom Holland yells dad. Why is he saying dad?
father, hello, daddy,
Right.
hello.
Exactly, Adam. That's what people
Or
expected.
missing accents.
Did it bother you, Brooks, that he used the word dad in that moment? He is
I
his
remember everybody
dad.
complaining about it, and I don't think I ever even noticed him say
No,
it.
I didn't notice it.
I have no idea when he says it.
It's the scene where they're throwing the weapons down through the hole in the ceiling. And he says,
Oh,
dad.
Oh,
I thought he said catch or
No,
something. I don't
he
know.
I
says,
thought he said catch. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm pretty sure he says dad. We're
Interesting.
not going to say more about that scene because I want people to enjoy it in real
And
time.
it's
But
the end of the movie.
right. And it honestly, come on. I mean, I only was expecting it because I'd seen some online chatter about it, but I find those kinds of complaints ridiculous. I don't think anyone would go see this movie if it was fully poetic in its dialogue. Think of the number of times people have tried to render Shakespeare on screen.
Mm.
When they do it straight, it's a lot harder to pull off. It can be done with a great director and great actors, but straight Shakespeare on screen is a tough sell. And I think straight Homer on screen would have been too. So
Hmm.
I don't personally find fault with the casting or the language. Now, Brooks, I've got an
No.
incredibly important question for you.
Uh-oh.
I think based on what I saw with the Cyclops, with Cersei, with the big knights, Nolan needs to do a straight up horror movie.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I remember him saying he wants to do one. And then there were all these memes saying considering how much he refuses to use CGI and relies on his practical effects, the only way he can do a horror movie is if he can literally summon a demon. And
I
if
mean,
anyone's
yes, you
going to
probably
after
have to.
watching this movie, it could be him.
I think the Cyclops looks so amazing.
And
And Cersei's
ugh,
scene is
the editing in that is,
unbelievable. The editing, the cinematography of that scene, how close up he was willing to get to what's
yeah.
happening.
I
Woof.
mean,
It
you've
is
seen everything right up close as they're doing
absolutely.
it on screen. It's crazy.
And the actor who played Cersei, I'm sorry that I don't
Oh,
have her
Samantha
name.
Morton.
Thank you. Samantha Morton, exactly. Absolutely top shelf performance. So understated, so clever, so
Hmm.
good, so good. Adam, what did you think of the creature effects, like the scary stuff? I mean, I think we're on another level with Nolan on this.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned if he could make a horror movie because he kind of did. I mean, and if you go back
With
to the original
this.
story,
I agree.
it was a scary story. It had monsters and it had the sirens. I loved it. I mean, again, you take this giant like the Cyclops will go there, like this giant creature, and you do it right. Like you do it where it is practical. You do it where there's a person walking around and you can just play around with perspective and you can the way you hold the camera and everything else. It felt like the creature was actually there, which again, there's some good CGI. Like, we can go back to Lord of the Rings and look at Balrog
Hmm.
with Gandalf. That was still super cool, but we know
Hmm.
damn well it was
It was
a
fake.
tennis ball and a stick,
Of course.
and
Ones and zeros.
Of course.
ones and zeros, yeah. And so there's nothing against that because that
No.
is a tool in the filmmaking process. But yeah, it's I mean, the joke with Nolan with Oppenheimer was he actually set off a nuclear bomb to film that scene. Uh,
I know.
so yeah, going back to summoning your demon to make a horror film, but I think he already did. I think this really does, through multiple parts, live up to that horror movie moments. And like when they're going around the whirlpool and the creature just suddenly appears and starts
Mm.
eating everyone, you're
That
like, ah,
was
crap.
the
Like,
weirdest designed creature I think I have seen in so long.
yeah.
Super strange, but very
Because
effective.
like you never really know what you're actually
Yeah.
seeing.
There was
But
absolutely zero jank in his
no.
CGI. It was
Or
all
whatever he
the
did.
best it can possibly be. I don't know how he did it because we've seen so many movies, guys. We can usually find the stitches in CGI. Zero. Absolutely perfect. We have to talk about structure a little bit because the whole thing about a Nolan movie is how it jumps around in time and how there are
Yes.
usually several,
What?
yeah, there's usually several threads being pulled at any one time. And you, the viewer, he kind of leaves it up to you to take the visual cues he gives you and keep track of everything. It was a masterclass in Inception. It was an absolute masterclass in Dunkirk. This
Hmm.
one is not as daring as either of those two movies, but he definitely does leap back and forth, and you have to keep a few different plates spinning in your head. How do you think he did with that, Brooks? I mean, for me, it worked really well.
I never once had any question of what was happening or where or for who. I never even went to the restroom because I could see how that may possibly throw someone off if they
Oh, for
happen to
sure.
leave for a few minutes. But I never once had any question of what was happening.
What about pacing for you, Adam?
I always complain that movies are 15 minutes too long, and this one, I do think it is 15 minutes too long, with the caveat that I don't know what I would cut. Like, you couldn't
Yeah.
cut anything because it's such an epic story. And yeah, Nolan's the master at nonlinear storytelling, which is one of my favorite ways of storytelling. And I love you brought up Dunkirk because that one was so unique in how he presented it. And like, yeah, you did have to like follow the breadcrumbs to get it. Whereas with this one, it was very obvious. I mean, there was three time periods. It was the journey, it was Troy, and it was the present time.
Right.
So it wasn't too hard to figure out what was going
Yeah.
on because they were such different settings. Like if Tom Holland was there, you knew it was the present. If they
Hmm.
were besieging a city, you knew it was Troy. If they were on the ocean, it was the journey home. It was still cool though to kind of like, we talk a lot. They talk a lot about like the rule of Zeus, which I know people have some problems with. And we see Zendaya as Athena and all these things. And then as you're going through, you find out why they're there.
Yep.
Like, and there's like that one shot at the end that all of a sudden explains why he's seen Athena. And I was like, that is
Hmm.
so cool. Like, oh my God, like that is awesome.
I
And it,
guarantee so many people will not catch that.
Oh,
no, they won't.
for sure not.
But it ties everything together. And it's this beautiful, nice little bow. It's like you already unwrapped your present, but the bow is so pretty, you have to save it for your next present. I kind of feel that that's what he's doing is every single movie is so gorgeous and beautiful. Even Tenet, which everyone who doesn't like it, they're wrong. He just
Yep.
keeps on reusing that bow, but he like bedazzles it. So it's getting
Yeah.
Hmm.
bigger and more beautiful as time goes on.
People who are watching closely are going to think there's a fourth time stream in this movie, the time that he spends on the island with Calypso.
I
That's
mean,
not
kind
different.
of.
That's the present day.
It's
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
just him in the present day before he figures out a way to get back. So it's the three main time streams, as you said. And I agree with Brooks. There's never a second where the visual iconography or just the story pacing or just the choices he makes structurally lose you. Not a single second. I think it works really well. This movie is not flawless. I do think it's a masterpiece, but I would not call it flawless. I think his choice to have, I don't know, a little bit of a muddled sound design at the very beginning, set the audience off on the wrong foot was a bad one. I think some of the fight choreography is a little weak.
I have an idea about why me and you might not have enjoyed those.
Tell me.
I feel like with us not seeing it in IMAX, it was missing a lot of the visual frame.
You would then zoomed in a lot more, yeah. Because
Yes,
like
I mean
So
we're
we had
literally
the
missing half the picture.
we had the peripheral chopped off, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
because I came home and mentioned that to Missy. I said,
Yeah.
I think my one irk is that with like the fight scenes, they feel so not choppy, but they just looked weird, and
Well,
I
they
think
felt
that's
slow,
why.
Brooks. We're used to fast action these days, like fast, highly choreographed, really elegant, almost
Which
ballet-like
wouldn't
action.
have worked in this though.
No, it's really slow. I mean, Matt Damon is certainly physically imposing. He got ripped for this movie. He looks great. And when he
It's
picks up
not
a
John
sword,
Wick.
no, when he picks up a sword, you buy it. Like he does
Hmm.
yeah.
not look like somebody you want to fight. And so it's not that the characters are miscast
No.
as fighters. I think the choreography is just a little bit slow, a little bit sluggish. But I wonder if you're right, Brooks. I wonder if when I finally do get to see it in 70, if I'm going to feel differently.
Or
Well,
even just the expanded ratio would help a
Right,
lot because it's
right.
cutting so much out.
Yeah.
and I've seen comparisons online where it shows what you probably saw, and
Mm,
then like they call it Limax, like the fake IMAX, where it's like kind
like
of
we have
this.
here.
Yeah. And then the full 70 millimeters. So I guess we can talk about that for a second. So there's only 25 theaters in the whole country that do full 70 millimeter IMAX. And the theater that they show us the screenings at, I saw like Project Hail Mary, I've seen Mandalorian and Grogu. All these movies I've been seeing, I had no clue it was one of those. So when they said
Oh,
it was 70 millimeter, I was like, wait, really? So I had to Google it and I was like, oh, it actually is the full size screen. So Clark and I sat in the very, very back. We had really nice seats. Thank you to our publicists. You guys are awesome. I love you. Happy birthday, Angela. So, but even that far back, you couldn't see the whole screen. Like you literally had to pan around. But yeah, there's so much more around it, especially
Hmm.
like above and below. So
Oh
I do
yeah.
feel like those fight scenes probably were more cramped than what you could have seen because you're missing out on, I'd say, probably half the
And
screen
and they would have been choreographed for the
for 70
photography.
millimeter. Yeah.
Yeah, for that
Well,
ratio.
well, it's a small nit that
Oh
I'm
yeah.
picking, honestly. There's not a lot of it, and when it happens, it's mostly good. There's just a couple of scenes where I feel like it falls short. I think the score is really excellent in this movie, and I heard that, like the boat, which is largely practical, right? I heard that Ludwig Göransson actually had ancient Greek instruments fabricated to use in the score. I
Were they
hope that's
approved by
true.
Elon Musk?
Yeah, exactly. I hope that's true because it's a really cool aspect to
I
the
could,
commitment of the
I don't know
composer.
anyone else who would do it besides those two,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
him and Nolan.
Let's jump into scores. I called it a flawed masterpiece. I'll go first. I don't know that I need to explain any further why I said that, and I don't think anyone will be surprised when I call this a four-star movie. I think it's absolutely outstanding. It's just yet another bit of proof that Christopher Nolan is one of our greatest living directors. He is absolutely an auteur in every
Hmm.
sense of the word. He is one of our most beloved artists, in my opinion. And I hear he's going to take a little break after this one, that this one took a big chunk out of him and he's going to take a breather. I don't mind because I know he'll come up with something amazing next. So for me, 4 stars. Brooks, what about you?
Well, if he's going to take some time off, then it better be to write that horror movie we all want now.
Exactly.
If that's what he's doing. And his brother loves that kind of stuff. He's like a huge genre junkie, so maybe he can get back together with him and get something going. But I mean, this thing flies by. It's just well, I can't say it's nonstop because it's got so much room to breathe, which it needed.
It
And
does.
like Adam said, even if you felt it was too long, you can't cut any of
Yeah.
it. And so then you have to wonder, was it longer? I haven't heard anything, and I don't see anything that could possibly have been added. But it just kind of made me laugh when we were talking earlier because I just remember the one line that Elliot Page says as he's walking away, and he's like, you can add stuff. And so it's like, I'm sure that's where all the old misogyny and all that stuff probably got fed into the books before or the translations. But I mean, the cast is amazing. The cinematography, the effects, the sound is super Nolan.
Yeah.
So it's like, take that for what you want, but it's just nothing less than 4 stars for me.
I'm so glad you mentioned Elliot Page. It's a great performance. Really
Oh,
important role. Really
so
important
good.
critical role. Not on
Hmm.
screen a lot, but a very
Mm-mm.
important pivotal role.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for mentioning him. Adam, what's your score?
So we also would be remiss if we didn't mention two other performances. I didn't know he was even in it until I saw him. John Leguizamo.
Oh.
It just
Which is
gives,
funny for us to mention Shakespeare done straight because with
yeah,
him being in Romeo and
Absolutely.
Juliet, which
Absolutely.
was but wasn't.
yeah. He just honestly gives his performance of a lifetime. Like I thought, I've been a fan of his for forever
Oh,
since the first time I saw him, even since Mario Brothers. Okay,
yep.
that's not a good movie, but he was good in it, right? Turns in such an amazing performance, and like you're fully bought in, you're behind him, and then Robert Pattinson is
Mhm.
just so evil. Like he's the one who like smile while and hug you while he's stabbing you in the back.
It's
Like
Batman versus Catwoman.
he's just so evil and horrible. You just love to hate him, and so there's a scene towards the end that you're rooting for some stuff to happen. I'm a 4 stars as well. Again, I do believe it's a flawed masterpiece. I feel it's too long. I think at the end when they go to the castle for the very last part where we have the dad moment,
Mm.
that's when it kind of set in like this is kind of feeling its time. But again, I couldn't cut anything. It just that's what it
No.
had to be.
And who knew that a dog could play
Yes.
such an emotional, pivotal role?
Oh yeah, that's why you
Oh
hate Robert
wait,
Pattinson so
it's a
much.
dog.
Yeah.
They always do.
The
But
closing set piece could have been tighter. I agree with you on that,
yes.
Adam. And
So
I do agree about Pattinson. I didn't love Leguizamo at first. I'm not going to lie about it.
really,
At first it
Oh,
was not working for me. It seemed a little bit hammy, but he grew on me as the movie went on. So by the end, I was full on team Leguizamo, but it started out I wasn't so sure. And man, Pattinson, Adam, just off mic, you and I were just talking about The Lighthouse, the Robert Eggers
hmm
movie he did. That guy's
mm.
range just continues to increase.
yeah, it just proves that he is a fantastic actor. He just
He
had
is.
bad directing and a bad script for all those vampire movies, the Sparkle
He
Fairy
just got,
movies.
yep, he
I
got stuck in those things.
I don't think they were bad directors and bad scripts only. I think they were bad concepts. Those movies shouldn't
Sure,
have been made
yeah.
at all.
It
But
was Buffy the Vampire
But
Slayer fan fiction.
I
So
guess we can thank it in a way.
we got Pattinson.
we
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
Pattinson.
And
We
Kristen
abs-
Stewart's a good actress too.
As long as she's not in those, yeah.
Yeah.
Took her a while to find her footing too, but she's excellent, of
Yeah.
course. Like,
Again, with a good
really
director
strong.
and good scripts. So
All right, we
But-
digress, but 4 stars all around for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Because of that dad moment, we're going to do Guilty Pleasures Daddy Issues edition right after the break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Big Movie Mouth Off. I'm Jeff Counts.
I'm Brooks Bird.
and I'm Adam McDonald.
Guilty Pleasures Daddy Issues edition. Brooks, what's yours?
So I kind of had a hard time with it because I don't know. I think it might be because didn't see Odyssey until a few hours ago. Literally, it was at 11 o'clock this morning. And so I did a quick Google search. And of course, because we know how much I love my horror movies, I came up with 2001's Frailty, directed by and starring Bill Paxton.
Such
as
a good
One
movie.
of the worst dads.
I don't know anything about this. What is
Oh,
I
it?
you
thought
must
you
see
would
it.
have seen this.
No.
I'm kind of surprised. So he believes that I'll just read the wiki because I have it up. He's been commanded by God to destroy demons disguised as people.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to pass this legacy on to his sons as demon hunters. And throughout the movie, you start to wonder if he might be telling the truth.
That's definitely a Counts movie.
I know.
Yeah,
All right.
it's Matthew McConaughey's in it. It's so good.
Frailty,
Mm-hmm.
2001. Okay.
2001, directed by Bill Paxton.
I know that our fans love this Guilty Pleasures segment whenever we do it, but I learned so much from you guys. I'm so grateful. This is awesome. All right, Frailty. That's on my list now, Brooks. Thank you. Adam, what's yours?
Okay, so mine has a very special place in Brooks and my heart.
Mm,
It is not a good movie. It is a piece of crap.
they're my favorite.
But Brooks, you and I will never forget the time that we saw 2016, The Greasy Strangler.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So
yeah, you
Yep,
win.
that was at Sundance,
Sorry,
right?
counts.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was something at Sundance.
it was trying to be John Waters, and it's just this dad and his son. They do this like Hollywood Walk of Hollywood Stars tour where they make up lies. Well, every single night, his dad covers himself with motor oil grease and goes outside and starts killing people. And it's this whole thing between
Don't
like
laugh.
his son.
It doesn't deserve it.
No, it doesn't. His son meets someone, they fall in love and want to get married. His dad's against it, and then all this weird stuff happens. And when he comes home at night, he goes to a car wash where this blind dude is, so he can't tell him he's the Greasy Strangler. It is so bad. So please do not take this as something you should go out and watch. My challenge though, and I want to get the copy of it because my challenge is I want people to come over and start watching it with me, and I want to see how long they can get through it until they stop watching.
I have questions,
Okay.
if I may.
Okay, Rudy Tootie Disco Cutie.
Beauty. You're a
I-
BS artist. BS artist.
I was honestly hoping that the greasy part of the title would have a more elevated
No,
reason
no,
for
no.
existing, but it
Not in
sounds
this
like
movie.
it's pretty simple. I have questions though.
Okay.
Does he ever try to climb a flagpole? And does he ever try to catch a pig?
He goes and catches. He might have. No, he does catch a pig. Remember, there's that scene where he runs after a pig. I'm pretty sure there's
Because
one.
those are two
somewhere
things
in
that
it.
typically greased up people do.
Yeah, it's no, it's not a good movie. It is not a pleasurable movie. It's just one that like I was like looking around and I was like, I gotta find something funny. And I know Brooks and I, we have a place in our hearts for that
Oh,
because
yeah.
we had to. If you can see it for free, start watching it and then just email us or text us saying like how far you got because I'm very interested to see
I
what
will
that
look
would
it
be.
up.
What I wish people could see right now is Brooks's face because he has spent the last 5 minutes looking like the greasy strangler is actually in the room with him. Brooks, you look miserable.
He might as well be. It says it's streaming on Prime.
Is it?
That's what it says.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
gonna hurry and pull up mine.
It looks like I have to do a double feature of Frailty and The Greasy Strangler, and I'm gonna make you guys watch my guilty pleasure for daddy
You-
issues.
If you do this, watch Greasy Strangler first so that you can rinse
Okay.
your mouth out with Frailty.
Yeah,
Actually-
Frailty's on Amazon as well. But yeah, Frailty's amazing.
Before I do mine, Adam, I missed the daddy issues in Greasy Strangler. What's that?
Oh, it's the whole thing that he's fighting with his dad, and like his dad's influenced him too much, and he's trying to make his dad proud. But then
Got it.
also
Okay.
at the end, the spoiler is he turns into the new Greasy Strangler when his dad dies.
Okay.
Ew, it is on Prime.
It is on Prime, yes.
Well,
Ugh.
hallelujah. My guilty pleasure, Daddy Issues edition, is a movie that came out in 2023. I saw it on a plane. I didn't even know it existed, and I watched it because the synopsis looked good, and I just thought, what the heck?
Uh-oh.
It's called Scrapper.
Hmm.
And I bet you guys don't even know this movie exists. It's a British film about a young girl living alone. Her mother has passed, and she's living by herself, gaming the system, pretending that her mother's still alive, and somehow staying ahead of the law so that she can live her own independent life. Her dad comes back into the picture, and he is, as you might imagine, a bit of a loser, someone she can't depend on. And the relationship they build over the course of the movie is really heartwarming, really kind of beautiful, and of course, British, all things that
Oh.
Americans love, right? And it had Lola Campbell in her first ever role, and she's outstanding because it's one of the big movie mouth off maxims that nothing can ruin a movie faster than a bad
Hmm.
kid
Oh,
actor,
okay.
right? She's excellent. She carries this film on her own. She's so tough. She's so funny. And the dad is great too. So this is not a bad movie. So to call it a guilty pleasure is a bit of a stretch, but I want people to know about it. It's called Scrapper. It came out in 2023. Really, really good father-daughter story. So daddy issues, she's definitely got him because her dad is a loser, but it's a great performance. So mine was 2023 Scrapper, Adam.
2016's Rudy Tooty Disco Cuties, The Greasy Strangler
Please apologize to everybody right now.
is from the movie.
That's right.
And
It's
Brooks, yours was
2001's Bill Paxton classic Frailty.
Yes.
that I had never heard of until right now. I can't believe it. All right, coming attractions. I'll go first on this. This is, of course, stuff we're looking forward to. I saw a trailer for a new show that's coming out on Apple TV in January of 27. So it's a little ways off, but I'm excited because it's based on a book that I love. Actually, a pretty famous book by William Gibson. He wrote it in 1984. It's called Neuromancer.
Yes,
Hmm.
I'm so excited for this.
This looks really good. One of the things the trailer reminded me of is that I haven't read this book in a while, and I probably need to dip back into it, so I'm a little bit more prepared for the show. Again, I'd never expect a show or a movie to be a shot for page remake of the original source material. I don't want that, but I do want to be a little bit more prepared. So I'm super excited about Neuromancer. It comes out in January. I think January 22nd or something like that. Apple TV. And the one thing I will say for Apple TV is they mostly stick with their shows. You don't get two seasons and cancel from Apple like a
Mm.
lot of other studios do. They stick with their products, which I really, really appreciate. So Neuromancer is mine. Adam, what are you looking forward to?
So mine is a video game. It actually comes out pretty soon. It's August 6th. It is a fighting game called Marvel Token Fighting Souls. So it's by the guys who did the Dragon Ball Z fighting game. It's very reminiscent of Marvel versus Capcom, where you have all the different people who can fly in. So you can like be playing as Iron Man, and all of a sudden like Captain America comes in and fights with you. But what's cool is everything is written and like the voice and the art style like it's an anime.
Oh. So
So it's got
very
its own little
exaggerated.
very exaggerated. And when you go to the story mode, right now there's an open beta, so I played the first couple levels. It's written by like Kieran Gillen, who's one of the biggest names in Marvel's comics right now, and it has little videos. And then when it's showing like the little shots of like the story, it flows like a manga, so that it all hits this page and you can read it like a manga, and then it flips the page to the next one. The graphics are insane. The art style is fantastic. It's the one of the smoothest fighting games I've ever seen. And I was really worried it was only going to be online fighting because I don't care about that. But there is a pretty in-depth story mode, like multiple chapters and stories. And it's cool because if you want to just button mash, you can still get pretty far. Or if you actually want to dive in and learn the mechanics and how you can go as deep as you want. So it looks pretty cool though.
So deep combos, kind of Street Fighter-esque,
Deep
one on
combos, or you
one.
can
Yeah.
just yeah, you can just keep on mashing the square button and you'll do all kinds of cool stuff too.
So there is like a low barrier to entry for people who aren't like really
Oh yeah, you can hop right
fighting game
in.
savvy.
It's like when they did the Dragon Ball Z one, same
Yeah.
thing. Like you can just march in, mash some buttons, and have a lot of fun.
Nice.
So
What's it called again?
it's Marvel Token Fighting Souls.
Brooks,
Like
what are you looking forward to?
I don't know if I've mentioned it before. Have I mentioned Ice Cream Man yet?
No,
The new
but I
Eli
just
Roth
saw the
movie?
trailer.
no, I
Oh,
don't think
which
so.
trailer did you see?
I saw the one.
Is it the Red Band?
No, it
Then
was
you are not prepared for this movie.
it looks It looks
Disgustingly
wild.
hilarious. I love it. I can't wait. Eli Roth just letting kids run around and kill their parents and all of their neighbors. What more could we want in a summer movie?
All right, so Brooks, what was yours again? And when does it
Ice
come out?
Cream Man, August 7th. So it's my
August,
birthday movie because it's the day before.
Yay.
day before your birthday. It's the day after my birthday, Brooks.
So then this is your birthday movie.
It really is our birthday movie. Let's go
Oh,
together.
okay. If only.
Adam, what are you looking forward to?
So mine is Marvel Token Fighting Souls, which comes out on August 6th. So these are all around the same time.
And
So,
I am looking forward to something that's coming out much later in January. The 22nd, I think that date will probably move anyways, but it's a Apple TV series based on William Gibson's book Neuromancer. All right, before we go, we're going to do something I call post-credit scenes. And this is just an opportunity to throw out stuff we've seen recently that we maybe should have seen a long time ago, or just things we're excited about that we want to get everybody interested in. So I'll go first just to set the stage. I finally saw, and I mentioned this to you guys when we had a staff meeting recently, I finally saw The Studio, Seth Rogen's show. I watched the whole season.
Yay.
I don't know why I was avoiding it. There was no reason. I just hadn't really found it yet. It's amazing for a million different reasons. Obviously, as a movie lover, I just love every frame. I love the episode about the oneer that is a oneer. You'd think that would be too on the
Every
nose to
episode's a
work.
winner.
It's true. There's a lot of oneers, but you'd think it would be too on the nose to work, but it totally does. I love the ensemble cast, the tightness of the writing. This is the Veep of Hollywood, is what I consider this show. And rest in peace, Catherine Hahn. I know they're going to deal with that in
Mhm.
season 2, which I'm really sad about. But I'm
Wait,
just
wait, wait, wait.
what?
Not Catherine Hahn.
Sorry, she's alive. Rest in peace, Catherine
Catherine
O'Hara.
O'Hara.
Thank you.
There, now
Sorry.
we don't have to do a reshoot.
Sorry, Catherine Hahn. That's a reshoot done live on set. Thank you very much.
Killed Catherine Hahn.
I didn't mean to
Are
do
you
that.
TMZ?
Oh my goodness, Brooks. Should I edit this out? I kind of can't now.
No.
All right, well,
No,
This is
because you
good.
leave our crap in.
that's true. Here's the lesson of the show. Catherine Hahn alive. Catherine O'Hara, we miss you deeply. One more post-credit scene for me. Adam, I'm finally catching up on my video game backlog and playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and I freaking love it.
Uh-huh.
I
It's
couldn't get into it.
I remember the
I know
trailer
what
was
you
really
mean.
cool for that game.
Because the first little bit I thought, have I seen kind of all there is? Is this it? But I stuck with it. I got out of the Vatican and I
Okay,
got
that's where I am. I'm like, I got there and I was like, I put it down. Actually, I don't think I have it anymore. I was like, I just couldn't get into it.
well,
You
I'm
having
loving it.
a Brooks Lost in Jurassic Parkland?
Yeah, totally. Brooks, you got any post-credit scenes?
I do. I've been catching up on some horror movies. I finally had time to sit down and watch two, actually. One, and they couldn't be more different. Primate came out back in January, and oh, it's so good.
I still
And
need to
it's
see it.
it's nowhere near as stupid as you'd think it is. It's a killer monkey with rabies, but he's a chimpanzee. You know they're smart, right? And then
yeah.
so what could be scarier than a smart chimp running around as a serial killer with teenagers stuck in a house?
It's
then-
got Brooks written all over it.
Yeah, and it's got amazing practical effects. It's really gross, but not in like a stupid way where they do things where you're like, oh, okay. But I mean, like someone gets thrown off a cliff, but you can't just have someone thrown off a cliff. You have to show him hit the ground head first with his head splattering
Yes.
like a melon,
Faces of Death style.
which I am partway through.
Okay.
Faces of Death.
I know we brought that up several episodes ago, and
But I did also finally see Obsession.
Yay!
I'm the only one of the three of us that hasn't seen it. It is the international indie phenomenon, and I will watch it because it's on streaming now.
All I can say is, as much as I loved it, I feel like if I rewatch it, now that I've been watching a lot of Curry Barker's short films, they're so funny.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to look at the movie the same way.
Adam, I'm going to ask you a
It's
question.
going to be like The Green Zone. Unintentionally hilarious.
I'm going to ask you a question, Adam, and you have to answer it quickly without thinking. I'm not talking about content. I'm not talking about subject matter. Is Obsession this year's Twinless?
No,
Okay.
no. So here's the thing is that I say it's not twinless due to the fact that the conceit of twinless was so different.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm only talking about under the radar indie darling that just comes out of nowhere and
no,
blows you away.
Obsession will be the one like that because
That's what I mean.
For the performances alone, you'll have to see it end of the year.
Except this is the one that people have seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that people
They
have seen.
still
and-
haven't seen Twinless. Shame on them.
We nominated Twinless.
Oh yeah, no, we We went all over the place.
We
with
did.
this.
We all loved that movie, but we were shouting into the void. Nobody was listening.
No, this is going to kickstart the careers of everyone involved. The two leads and then the director. Isn't the director doing
Texas Chainsaw.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre? So they've already given him the keys to the kingdom. But
Clearly, yeah.
the two main characters, like this is like their first thing they've ever done, and you will see them on
Well,
everything going
The
forward.
first big release they've ever done.
Thing anyone knows from them, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's you'll need to see it no matter what. But go in blind. This is the one where
Yeah.
I hadn't seen any trailers. I didn't know anything about it, and I went in, and I will just say that as much as we are, some of us are gore hounds and we play Mortal Kombat, there is a scene where something happens to someone, and I was like, oh, like it was a bit much for me even too.
Wow. Okay. Well, I need to
So
catch up.
it wasn't up to that level of bring her back. Like nothing will ever get up to that level.
Sure.
But I was like, I didn't know someone's face could look like that. So
Well, maybe when I see it, we can talk about it on the show. But
Yes.
I realize that I need to because it's something that's going to be coming up at the end of the year. So, Adam, you got any post-credit scenes?
So I've got two.
Okay.
They were both, and they're related, of course. So they were my coming attractions. But July 7th, I got my final book of the Heartstopper series. And then on the 17th, I got the final movie, Heartstopper Forever, where they combined this book along with the novella. Was it everything my gay little heart was hoping for? No. But it was, you could only squish so much of hundreds and hundreds of pages of content into an hour 45 movie. But what they did very, very well. I'm sad for two reasons. One, because the story's over, and it will most likely be the last thing I will ever write for my original outlet, because it's kind of gone the way of the dodo. So
Well, that's a good way to go out.
It was
Yeah.
a really, really good way to go out.
Good
And,
twofer.
it's a place I love, a place I wouldn't be here without it.
Yeah.
So, fond farewell to both characters I love. And it was funny too, because before we even got on here, Counts is like, "Oh, Adam, you should get a tattoo." And I just rolled up my sleeve. I'm like, "Yeah, I've had that for a couple years."
It wasn't a great moment between two friends where one suggests to the other that they should get a tattoo about something they love, and he shows you a tattoo that he's had for many years. It's a great moment for friends.
But it was a farewell to two things that have been vitally important in my life and I loved. So
Yeah.
thank you, Alice Oseman and Heartstopper, and thank you, Big Shiny Robot. So
Well, you two are vitally important to me, and so is the show. So I'm glad we're back on track after a little bit of a summer break. The next time you see us on Big Movie Mouth Off, we're going to be talking about the latest Spider-Man movie, and I know we're all very excited to see that. Brooks,
will we be allowed to talk about it? Because
It's the sequel to The Odyssey, right?
Well,
I mean, John
yeah.
Bernthal, Zendaya, and Tom Holland are all in it, right?
since I'm not going to get to see the movie ahead of time, we'll definitely be allowed to talk about it because
Okay,
it's going to be
that's
after it
true.
releases. So until then, I'm Jeff Counts.
I'm Brooks Bird.
And I'm Adam McDonald.
Thank you so much for being with us. Big Movie Mouth Off was produced and edited by me, Jeff Counts, and co-hosted by Adam McDonald and Brooks Bird. Our theme music is written by Brian Z. Richards, and this show is dedicated to the memory of our founders, Jeff Michael Weiss, and my partner in crime for over 5 years, the incomparable Jimmy Martin.